Welcome to episode 167 of the Rated Control Show, sponsored by AMEandHobbies.com, your one-stop RC hobby store.
Hey, Stephen Bess, Executive Editor from RC Car Action Magazine. So I'm sitting here holding a gigantic Ziploc bag, and it's not just any bag. This is the MIP Proformance conversion kit for the Losi SCTE 4x4. So the big deal with this thing, and the reason I'm excited, is that all of the cool stuff inside here, from the aluminum chassis plate to the parts that allow you to mount all the components directly to that chassis plate, the torque rods, the MIP bypass shocks, shock valving, all that stuff adds up to over 1/2 pound of weight removed from a stock SCTE. And in a vehicle that weighs under 10 pounds, that is a ton of weight, figuratively speaking, of course. So stay tuned to rccaraction.com, stay tuned to our Facebook page, like us on Facebook. You'll get to check out all the updates as they happen. And check out RC Car Action Magazine for the full review. I'm going to be putting this on my truck and racing it here locally, Hot Rod Hobbies, as well as some other racetracks here in Southern California. And I cannot wait to see what this thing will do. One of the locals here has already installed one of these on his truck, and I must say it looks pretty good, but I'm going to reserve judgment until I have put this thing on my truck and put it through the paces. So stay tuned, and we'll have more for you here soon. Thanks.
Model Airplane newsreader Thomas Kirkwood writes, I'm a new RC modeler and have just moved from my foamy trainer to a bigger ARF. What's the best way to balance my plane's center of gravity?
Hi Thomas, that's a really good question. The best thing you can do to ensure your airplane flies really well is to balance it properly. What you want to do is hold it on your fingers and balance it so it sets level. You want to check and see where the balance point is on the instructions, and then see. If the airplane is tail down a little bit, that means it's tail heavy, and then it's going to be harder to fly because it'll be more sensitive. If you have it nose down, then it's nose heavy, and then that's going to make it land at a faster speed than it should. So you always want to make sure that your airplane is properly balanced. To do that, you want to make sure that all of your equipment inside is as far forward as possible. That would be your speed controller, your battery pack, and your receiver. So if you still need a little bit more nose weight, you can always add a little piece of lead, but you want to install it so it doesn't move around. So that's it for balancing airplanes, and remember, never fly an airplane that's tail heavy.
Everyone dreams about being able to fly like a bird, and for years, wing flapping machines and models have been in development. Known as ornithopters, these bird-like RC models are a ton of fun to fly. Available from rcflyingbird.com, the latest to hit the market is the Avatron Bionic Bird, and it's so easy to fly, anyone can enjoy flying like a bird. We're at the field with the Ornithopter. As you can see, it is very small and very lightweight, so I wouldn't recommend flying it in any extreme winds. But what's cool about it is it can charge right on the radio, so if it dies, put it back on the radio for a couple minutes, and then you're good to go. Let's get it in the air. As you can see, it's a neat little flying bird. I recommend going getting one of your own.
One way to keep your vehicle running longer and stronger is to clean out the ball diff. Even if you don't have all the parts to rebuild it, a quick cleaning only takes a few minutes. Start by taking the differential apart and taking the diff gear out by pushing the bearing in the center with a small wrench. Next, gently push out the diff balls onto a towel so they don't roll away. Now take apart the thrust bearing assembly by pushing the diff screw out of the outdrive. Then carefully remove the thrust bearing and its parts onto the towel. Spray the parts with cleaner and then use your finger to work them into the fibers of the cloth to remove any debris. Now carefully put the diff balls back into place, apply grease, and reassemble the diff. With the spring and lock nut back in place, tighten it until it bottoms out on the outdrive, then back it out a half a turn and adjust accordingly. And that's it. It may seem complicated at first, but it's a really simple procedure that will keep your diff running smooth.
If you're in the Joliet, Illinois area the weekend of July 19th through 20th, check out motocross and supercross star, rally champion, and X Game gold medalist Travis Pastrana in his Torque Off-Road Championship Series debut. Travis will be getting behind the wheel of a Menzies Racing Red Bull Torque Pro 2 truck alongside with his teammate motocross racer and AMA champion Ricky Johnson. Make sure to check out all the action at Route 66 Speedway.
This week's Deal of the Week on AirHStore.com is our Radio Programming Essentials book. As a Deal of the Week, it's half off regular price. Stay tuned, Deals of the Week run from Friday to Friday, when a new deal will be unveiled.
Remember to head to your local hobby shop or newsstand for the August issues of Radio Control Car Action and Model Airplane News. Thanks again for joining us on the Radio Control Show, and we'll see you next time. Sponsored by AMeanHobbies.com, your one-stop RC hobby store.